So let's target the Jets this offseason and target some people that they could bring in free agency. Now, again, the Jets have $6 million in cap space to play with. Unless they make other moves, they're rather limited. They could restructure some contracts. They can move on from some guys. But until that happens, we're going to go with this. And they've got Aaron Rodgers coming back, hopefully healthy, on a significantly higher salary. And they saw some expensive players as well. So we're going to pivot to the Giants afterward. Then we're going to go to the Bills this week too. So if you like this type of content, you want to be kept in the loop, just hit that like and subscribe button, okay? Hit both. Just ensures you enjoy the content. If you want to be kept in the loop, no matter who your team is. And if you have a particular team that's not one of these teams, let me know in the comments, and I will put your top free agent targets for that team to consider as well this offseason too. But now, player one. This is Mike Onwenu. He's an offensive lineman, okay? And from New England Patriots. So he's durable. He's a big guy. And the bottom line is they need to add depth. I mean, only two reliable pieces in the offensive line right now. Elijah Vera-Tucker and Joe Tippmann. And AVT was hurt last year, and he's going to come back healthy. So whether they keep Tippmann, whether they feel like he's going to be the center of the future, or they want to move him to guard and draft a center or sign a center, this is another guy that will add some meat and some versatility, affordable versatility to the offensive line. Okay? So Mike Onwenu, and plus you'd be taking away from the Patriots, so that would be a good thing too. But we need some durable guys here. We've had way too many injuries in the offensive line. So, and we need some more versatility. The second guy, another offensive lineman. Okay, this is Jonah Williams, and again, he's solid in pass protection. Okay, that's where his best value. And his best value, if with AVT healthy, this is where he'd have his best value. You add on Onwenu and a Jonah Williams here, it really, really helps solidify this line and makes it a heck of a lot more versatile. So with Joe Tippmann, again, if they plan on keeping him as a center, and Tippmann was a rookie, so he had his rookie growing pains. He's going to take some developmental steps moving forward. But if you can add these two guys, and I think they'll be relatively affordable contracts, even if you have to restructure a contract or so. I think they have the resources to bring both of these guys in. And again, showing durability, which the Jets absolutely need, and they need to fortify the protective front for Aaron Rodgers. We lost Aaron Rodgers last season with, about 5 minutes into the first game of the season, and we didn't have enough protection in the offensive line. Well, we've got to beef up that offensive line, and we've got to beef it up a lot. So those are my two offensive line targets. Now, the other weapon I think they should consider targeting is Mike Evans, wide receiver from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's 30 years old, but he's still an elite, absolutely elite wide receiver. And we need to give them another weapon for Aaron Rodgers, or eventually his eventual replacement, and maybe a backup quarterback would be a good idea. I don't know if Trevor Siemian's going to be the guy here too, but we need to give him a couple of weapons to throw to with a robust offensive line. We need to hand the ball over Breece Hall, and we need to be able to throw to Garrett Wilson and a guy like this, Mike Evans, on the other side, which would give them a heck of a lot more arsenal, heck of a lot more ammunition in the arsenal to put themselves in a position to score games. We already know their defense is good, but they need to score accordingly too. So it can't be a lot of, 10-3 games, 17-3 games. Like, their defense is not coughing up a heck of a lot of runs or points, but their offense isn't really scoring much either. So they've been blown out way too many times. So these are three targets. And again, I'm keeping it to 3 right now. I can go 5 or 6, but they have a lack of resources right now in cap space. So I'm keeping that in mind when I do this. But these 3 targets, if they could get these guys here, I think it would be a fine addition for this team. And I do expect them to restructure some contracts. So I'll probably give you, an updated one as we get further into the offseason, once the Super Bowl is over and everything else comes into play. And once the draft comes, and obviously free agency will be starting before the draft, and I do expect them to attack the offensive line hard in free agency before the draft. They don't have a second-round pick, and there's a chance they could pick an offensive lineman. If the top 2 are still there, they pick at 10 this year. So if there's one of the top offensive linemen there at the 10 pick, I think they're going to go with an offensive lineman. I would imagine they're going to trade. They got 3 additional picks, compensatory picks, but they're all 7th-round picks. I think they're going to try and trade up and get a 2nd-round pick. And if they do, a quarterback to start grooming behind Aaron Rodgers would be a good idea. So you let me know what you think, gang. Load up the comments. Have a great week. Next one, we're going to talk about the Giants. Talk to you next time.